feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. On play action, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got it.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Wentz. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And he's got some space here. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, an 80-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go,
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Wentz now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz then. From 2nd to 3rd down. Well, look now at the starters for the Giants defensively. They were terrific last week in the victory over For Kansas City.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be stunned to come away with a loss.
Now Wentz on third down. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Stays on his feet, and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We get a look at what Ertz did receiving-wise last week. 7 catches, 106 yards. Wentz. He'll get this one to Switzer. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk. About momentum. That was a momentum play lost, and now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They go play action now. Jackson. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On on 2nd and 7. Jackson going right side here, and that's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On the carry, here's Smith. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard.
Check 50, check 50.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Jalen Reeves-Maybin. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. I tell you what. But credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Wentz now on first down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in.
And he's going to go down again. Lorenzo Carter, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Joseph is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. After the sack on first down, Jackson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he finds Stills, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defense. To hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
A very nice job on the Run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. This one complete to Scott Miller. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Smith trying to run for it, and he takes it into the end zone for a giant effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
We got this.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
And New York set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. To try again after the sack. Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz, Ertz over the middle. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
We're going to shut you up.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing is Wentz. Throw out right, hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake. Wentz. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Under 10. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. He's coming. Go. He's coming.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. And now they're in the hurry-up.
97's the mic. 97's the mic.
Again, it's Fournette. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Open man right side is Ingram. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game. And he's 7 that time on the 1st down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards.
11 yards there, 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. On the run, it's Fournette. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards, it's 3rd and... And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On play action, it's Wentz. That is incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Uses the stiff arm. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson and Miller with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
And out now come the Eagles. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Wentz. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wentz. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Wentz now on 1st down. Ertz has it left side. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 12 yards there and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Outright, he gets this one to Switzer. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the pressure gets to him again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's a Saint.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Yannick Ngakoue. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll run with Fournette. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Nigel Bradham brings him down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Here we go now with Smith. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I know he ain't got it. 54 is Mike. 54.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining. Here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Eagles on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Wentz, and he connects with Ertz. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. Wentz now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Over the middle, complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And this will get him all the way inside the Giants' 10. 36 yards on the play. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Wentz to throw again. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Let's go, son.
New York set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That one looks like he'll throw here. It fights him off. Oh, fighting off the defender. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Back to throw. Nicholson. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was looking that time for Stills, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. Nicholson. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major